The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now looking to throw. Maybe some nerves. It's an interception on his first pass. And the Saints get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
1st and 10 from the 41. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running back sent in motion left. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Back to throw now. And that's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down at the 36.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. That's a pickup of 9. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Bates' kick is up and good. And they're on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running this one left. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. Just 3-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a second quarter lead. Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions take a 4-point lead. To kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get it up to the 44. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this one does not go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Throwing off the play fake here. He rolls to his right. Complete out to the right side. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Shotgun now on third down. This gets the first and more. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now on first down. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Still sticking with the passing game. Fits it through the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down from the red zone. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Second and 15. Hits him on the in route. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. And it's the Saints, needing 8 on third down. Try and throw it here. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Gibbs. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. So the holding backs him up. They'll try to get that back and then some on 2nd and goal. Throwing now from the gun. He's on the move. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They've got a man in motion. They'll run. It's Gibbs. And he drives this forward to the 6. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He put everything he had into this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Pass play now. Hits his running back. And he is tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Look into the air here. He finds Laporta. And this one doesn't go far. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. It is caught left side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They're throwing it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
To throw it on first down. Setting up the screen. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. A give to Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. They go play action here. Complete beyond the marker. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They've got first down from the 31. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Putting a receiver in motion. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Another one for Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Gibbs now from the gun. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Gibbs has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So the Saints offense staying on the field. They're going for 2. Man in motion here. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead.
Well, I'd sure love to chat with their coach, see how he decides between run and pass on a 2-point try. In some cases, throwing it's probably better, but there, just running with it was more than enough.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Laporta with the grab. Has some daylight through the 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Setting up a throw. Gets it to him on the screen.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions tie things up at 14. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. It's Gibbs on the carry. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. We send a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 5. This is complete to Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Lions will go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. He's back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Saints will get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Tossing right to the short side. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Back to throw it. Into the hands of Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Their punter making his way out now. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. First and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he's stopped. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Setting up to pass. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that gives the Lions the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On first down, they'll run. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Back to the well again. And he'll get this down to the 40. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing now. Complete over the middle. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives him the first. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Give now to the running back. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. It's intercepted. That will do it. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. So it's one for the win column for the Lions. And they took care of business just